Let's talk about something that's a little hot, like something that's like people don't want to. Some people like they don't want to talk about it. Like for example, I don't know. I'm trying to think of shit that like we talk about all the time. That's like, for example, the man of the house situation.
Okay.
Like, how do you feel about having a man in the house? Like somebody who's like, this is my house.
A man in the house?
Like the man of the house.
Just
Like
having a man in her home in general?
Growing up, my dad is the man of the house. There's no conversation about that. There was a respect. There was order to the house. It didn't mean that we loved him more or we put him at a higher pedestal than my mother. But as a leader of this family, of what happens to this family, we looked at him. But it fell more responsibility. It wasn't a pride thing. It wasn't an ego thing. Like if we only had one meal, my father wasn't the one eating it. If we were cold and there was only one blanket, my father wasn't the one using it. If there was a fire in the building and me and Jessica were in a building lit on fire, my mom and dad are not going to be sitting outside discussing, okay, who's equally going to go into the fire right now? My father would say, stay here. I'm going in. And I think people misconstrued this idea as like it's worth more.
Right.
But it's actually not. He put us above him.
Yeah.
And so like it just broke my heart that I'm watching people say like, oh, the man in the house, like, yo, that's fucked up. Like they should be equal. Like they're shitting on them. And it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. Did you just really take everything that they sacrificed and threw it back in their face? Like, you think I'm going to disrespect my dad by being like, oh, you're chauvinistic? My dad's like, what's chauvinistic? I risked everything for you. I did everything for you guys. Yeah. There was no chauvinism. I wasn't going around bragging. Yeah. I wasn't saying, yo, what I say goes. My dad would teach me that my mother was the backbone of the family. That he married a woman that he was so in love with her mind and he would want his kids to have her point of views. There was so much respect in my house that when I'm watching people talk about what I grew up on in such an evil way, the first thing we talked about, I had to ask you, I go, hey, listen, like, I don't know if I could sleep at night knowing that the only thing that I ask of you is the respect of trusting in me, that I'm going to lead this family in a good way. We're going to discuss minds together. We're going to break bread. We're going to choose to raise our kids in a direction of like this platform. This is how I think my children would succeed the most. And you love that idea. And we could cut this out if you don't want this in, but
no.
The way that your mom would look at me and she would just say like, I've never met a man like you before. Like this is like she would cry and tell me like, I love the way that you treat my daughter, but I only treated you the same way that I watched my father treat my mother. And the way I treat you is the way that I would want another man to step in and treat my daughter. I wouldn't want the bill to be slid and then my daughter to split it 50-50. I would want the man to, hey, if you're going to ask my daughter to go to dinner with you, she's going to get her hair done. She's going to put makeup on. She's going to put a beautiful dress on. She's going to come out and grace you with her presence. If you're going to ask her to come into your presence and have a meal, be respectful. Cover that bill.
Chivalry.
You know what I'm saying? Open the door. Yeah. Like, and also like, when the time comes where she becomes more just not a date, but of a partner like yours, I never ask you to do anything, but you do things that will like back me up and have my best interests in mind. And I knew that I wanted you to be my life partner because when I was dating other women, I would see a lot of things in them where I was like, oh, I pray to God my kids don't turn out like in this situation or that, or act like this, or be like her in this type of way. But when I met you, I asked God, I go, God, first of all, thank you. Like, if you don't treat the woman that you're with, like she's literally a gift from God, like, hey, this is your partner in life. This is a crazy fun little game that we're playing in this world. And this is the person that I chose to share your bloodline, to share your fruits. Like, I treat that with the most upright respect because he could have given you to anybody, but he chose to give you to me. So I treat it that way. So when I saw this woman and I was like, holy cow, I want my kids to have all of these thoughts, all of these features, all of her mindsets. This is how I knew I wanted you to be my partner. But when it comes down to tough decisions, I love that you trust me to make the decisions that it weighs on you. You can't make the decisions. It overwhelms you. Like, so I, as a leader, go, okay, I'm going to make this decision for the family. And if it fails, it's on me. Yeah. And if it succeeds, it's for us. That's the mindset. It's not like me.
No, 100%. And I think like what people have to understand is like there's a mutual respect where no matter what, and everything is a discussion when it comes to like our opinions and decisions that we need to make. We have that respect of like, okay, like let's talk about this. But at the end of the day, I think that like you as a man and me as a woman, we each have our strong suits. And things that I'm strong in, you might not be as strong in, and things that you are strong in, I'm not going to be as strong in, and that's okay. And that's what makes us balanced and strong to build like a family and build something strong. And I think kind of like same as like what you said, what I love about you is that you really take the responsibility to like be the man in the relationship and to lead and to set by example. And you have such wisdom when it comes to like to the decisions that you make, and I respect that. Like I respect the wisdom that you have and the way that you lead with God. I mean, like from being with you for like 4 years, I've learned so much and I've grown so much closer to God. And I know that God put you in my life for that reason as well. But like I'm so grateful for that. And I think that the role that you play as like the leader in the relationship and the man of the house is something that people should like look up to and should like look for. And being that, you know, that gentleman that like takes care of his girlfriend, and then also too I'm there to like help, you know, like be your backbone, like help like take care of you and be there to like talk you through things, you know what I mean, like whatever that might be. Like
I think like they misconstrued it a lot. They think that the leader just means it's all about him, but it's not. It's literally like an alpha wolf. I always say this: the alpha wolf is in the back of the clan. You know what I mean? He lets the other people set the pace.
Like I'm not gonna be able to, like somebody breaks into the house. I'm not gonna have as good of a shot to like protect us.
You say that, but you're right next to me, bro. Like when the one time we thought there was a house, we thought somebody was breaking in. I grabbed my pistol, cocked it, and before I even turned around, she had a knife in her hand, like ready to rock. I was like, "Oh, stop! Like this girl's ready. She is ready." And by the way, I actually do want to pivot something. I'm not the leader of the house. I think I'm the man of the house, but I think the leader of the house is God. And I think that's what makes it work.
Yes.
Because we both have a standard is like, he is in charge. So he has this like direction of where he would want us to act and be to each other. And we're following his instructions. We're not in charge. So the way that I treat you is like as a gift from God, and you treat me the same. And I think that's what works. I think if people are more focused on who's in charge and who's running shit, it's driven by pride.
Yes.
And I just want men to be men, but like you don't have to be a man and be a jackass. And I feel like that's what's happening nowadays. People are like, I'm the fucking man. This is my bro. Like, let me give you an example. Have I ever raised my voice at you in front of anyone ever?
No, I would be
never.
I would never be okay with that.
But like, we yell at each other all the time. Not all the time, actually. That's pretty ridiculous. But when we get into it, we're loud. We're very loud
we have
people.
Opinions. We have arguments, things like that. But at the end of the day, too, another thing is that, and I'm glad that you corrected that. I didn't mean to say leader. Man of the house is like a better way of being said. But when you feel like maybe you feel really strongly about something and like you're like, no, this is how I feel, and I disagree, and maybe we argue about it. You wait a while, you reflect, and if you feel like you were wrong about it, you're the first person to be like, hey, I was wrong about this situation. Like, I own up to it, and like you take responsibility for it.
Always.
And that's huge.
All right, if you guys liked that clip, go ahead and hit that link in my description and watch the full podcast. You will not regret it. Thanks for your support. Love you.